We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. For a man to conquer himself is the first and noblest of all victories. If you are to be kept right, you must possess either good friends or red-hot enemies. The one will warn you, the other will expose you. No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river, and he's not the same man. Difficulties are things that show a person what they are. Happiness resides not in possessions, and not in gold. Happiness dwells in the soul. True wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us. There is nothing permanent except change. When you are offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and study your own failings. Then you will forget your anger. He has the most who is most content with the least. Good character is not formed in a week or a month. It is created little by little, day by day. Protracted and patient effort is needed to develop good character. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it, that matters. Wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have to say something. The mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled. By all means, marry. If you get a good wife, you'll become happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Knowledge without justice ought to be called cunning, rather than wisdom. Pay attention to your enemies, for they are the first to discover your mistakes. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. He is richest who is content with the least, for content is the wealth of nature. What you leave behind is not what is engraved in stone monuments, but what is woven into the lives of others. The worst of all deceptions is self-deception. No one that encounters prosperity does not also encounter danger. To find yourself, think for yourself. Small opportunities are often the beginning of great enterprises. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. The happy man is the one who has a healthy body, a wealthy soul, and a well-educated nature. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them, for these only gave them life, those the art of living well. Time is the soul, of this world. Silence is better than unmeaning words. Wisdom thoroughly learned will never be forgotten. Silence at the proper season is wisdom, and better than any speech. All human actions have one or more of these 7 causes: chance, nature, compulsions, habit, reason, passion, desire. Success is dependent on effort. I don't need a friend who changes when I change, and who nods when I nod. My shadow does that much better